Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Y'all, I have to live up to the name that I have chosen for my channel. Y'all, y'all. Now, I know y'all just listened to the last video that I did with Jay-Z about him filing this lawsuit against Jane Doe. And I told y'all I had some reservations about that, and I was just going to sit back. And Lord and behold, I get back on the internet only to find that she submitted a declaration in a Los Angeles Superior Court shortly after Jay Z filed that lawsuit. Now, mind you guys, that Jay Z filed that defamation lawsuit against Jane Doe at approximately it was 5:07 my time, which makes it 6:07 Eastern Standard Time. That would have been at 3 p.m. California time, the Pacific Coast time, right? Y'all tell me why. Tell me why. Not even let me see. 6:07 so 3:07 California time, right? Jay-Z filed this lawsuit. At 3:59 p.m. California time, she files her declaration debunking everything that Jay-Z stated in that lawsuit. And I didn't even realize that Busby's attorney was Johnny Depp's attorney in that trial against Amber Heard. I'm so geeked right now. I don't even know which way to go. Let me get y'all to this declaration. I'm going to be very, very brief. I just want to give this to y'all. So, this is Jane Doe's response to Sean Carter's pro offer of new evidence at a hearing on defendant's special motion to strike portions of plaintiff First Amendment complaint. Pretty much what happened, Jay-Z filed an amended complaint, right? Busby filed a motion to strike parts of that amended complaint. They had a hearing a couple of days ago. The judge pretty much threw out the extortion claim unless he can prove the extortion. Like, if you got evidence that you were extorted, then let me see it. I don't know what evidence he got. Now, the demand letters, I dropped that for my tier 2 members. So y'all can go ahead and access the demand letters and read them for yourself. And you can clearly see that there was no amount that was placed in those demand letters. But that's neither here nor there. Okay? Um, anywho's. Anywho's. And then as far as the defamation goes, I believe that the judge only kept 2 of the 6 to 8 statements that Jay-Z was claiming was defamatory. But anywho's going to, so this is pretty much Jane Doe's response to this lawsuit. But and we got to get to what Busby said. Hold up. Declaration of Jane Doe. I am over the age of 18 and I am an individual referred to as Jane Doe in the action Jane Doe versus Sean Combs ETAL. I am also the individual identified as Jane Doe in a letter, demand letter, sent by defendant, the Busby Law Firm, to Sean Carter in or about November of 2024. I was granted permission to proceed under the pseudonym in the New York action and make this declaration under the pseudonym for the same reasons as in the New York action. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth herein, which are known to me to be true and correct, and if called as a witness, I could and would completely testify thereto. The declaration is submitted in support of the defendants, the Busby Law Firm and Anthony G. Busby, motion to strike under the Code of Civil Procedure, Section 425.16. On Friday, February 21st, 2025, I was approached at my home by 2 individuals, a woman and a large man. They cornered me on my front porch and told me that they are investigators working with the attorney on behalf of Jay-Z. They asked me if I would be willing to sign an affidavit stating that my claims in a New York action were false. I refused. They also asked me if Busby sought me out as a client and whether Mr. Busby offered to pay me to pursue a false claim against Jay-Z. I told them that neither of those things ever happened, and I asked them to leave me alone. I felt intimidated and terrified as being confronted by these two individuals on my doorstep, and that they knew my name and home address despite me being anonymous in the New York action. I also understand that investigators approached my father and my mother multiple times. Two investigators approached my father and my mother as my father was picking my mother up from the medical appointment, asking them similar questions about whether Mr. Busby had paid me and requesting that they sign affidavits stating that my claims were false. My father was separately approached later at a gas station, and my mother was separately approached at a store. In all instances, my parents refused to sign any affidavits, denied the investigators' claims about my case and Mr. Busby's conduct, and asked to be left alone. It is very alarming to me that Jay-Z's agents are looking for me and now know my whereabouts. Fear of intimidation and retaliation from Jay-Z and or his associates or fans is one of the reasons I chose not to pursue the New York action and instructed my attorneys to dismiss it. Although I ultimately chose not to pursue them, I stand by my claims in the New York action and I believe that I had a meritless claim against Jay-Z. I said a meritorious claim against Jay-Z. In September of 2000, when I was approximately 13 years old, I attended a party at a house in New York where both Sean Combs and Jay-Z were present. I saw and recognized both men at the party. At the party, I accepted a drink and I began to feel lightheaded. I went into an empty bedroom to lie down myself. Soon after that, Diddy, Jay-Z, and another individual entered the bedroom. Jay-Z removed my clothes, and both Jay-Z and Diddy engaged in sexual intercourse with me. I did not consent to this, and given that I was only 13 at the time, I could not have given valid consent. In 2024, I signed up as a client with AVA Law Firm. That's the law firm that is also co-counsel with and Miss Ant oh my gosh, I cannot believe Miss Curris. That's what I'm going to say. Antigone. Miss Antigone Curris, who has her firm in New York. AVA Law Firm partnered with the Busby Law Firm to pursue claims against Diddy and others, and my case was referred to the Busby Law Firm as a result. Y'all remember when I did if y'all have not checked out the Alexander brothers, one of the plaintiffs, AVA Law Firm and the Curtis Law Firm are handling those cases. Okay, back to this. Several attorneys from the Busby Law Firm interviewed me extensively, including Anthony Busby. I authorized Mr. Busby and the Busby Law Firm to send a demand letter to Jay-Z and to initiate legal proceedings against him in the New York action. I ultimately decided to dismiss the New York action because I was frightened by the reaction of Jay-Z and his supporters and the likelihood that I would have to be publicly named and subjected to public attacks. Jay-Z and his attorneys made numerous public statements attacking the veracity of my claims, and I am informed and believe that he sent investigators looking for me. I understand that even my attorneys have been sued by Jay-Z. I was not prepared to undergo years of attacks, intimidation, and harassment, and ultimately chose to dismiss my claims after certain negotiations among the attorneys involved in the New York action. I declare under penalty and perjury under the laws of the state of California that foregoing is true and correct. Executed on the 27th day of February. Mhm. I I don't even have to say anything else. If you don't know who Camille Vasquez is, you better Google her. That's all I gotta say. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, you all be blessed and I'm out. Bye.